Hey guys, I rarely do this, but we got talking and we just got into the conversation. You'll enjoy it. Alan Strickland Williams, super hilarious dude. He's got a podcast. It's called Finding My Audience. You can find him on Twitter. I believe it's Totally Alan. And Instagram, it's Alan Strickland Williams. I'll have the links in the comments. Also, if you like the show, give us a rating. 5 stars would be nice. If you like, write a little thing on Apple if you do that. I also got a Patreon if you want to show some love. That'd be great. I'll try to get the episodes out to you a couple days early if you like that. And we'll figure out some kind of bonus episodes thing whenever we get enough people doing that. I'll have the links in the comments. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's great, man.
I didn't mean to let you.
No, I wasn't expecting like a formal debutante ball or anything like that when I was coming over
the
here.
smoke comes out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I have you walk out, shake my hand.
The dancing girls.
Yes, absolutely. Do you think, man? Do you think late night will ever be back?
You know, it's interesting because basically it feels done, but then I've really been liking that that John Mulaney show that's on, but it's not really it's not really late night, but I think it is a better version of, because it's like, he's doing runs of like maybe 10, 11 shows. I think the first
I don't know how
6.
long it's going to go, but I like it.
But I like it. I've always liked his comedy, but I also like too how it's like, and they do jokes about things that happened recently, but the topics are like, one was about squatters' rights, and one was about like dinosaurs. It's just like very like, I feel like that's what works better. And I also just, at this point in my life, it's so rare, especially late night. I'm like, I'm not staying up till 11 p.m. to watch a show. I will stay up on the West Coast for the HBO shows that drop at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. So we get to watch it at like 6 p.m. and be done by
it's a bonus.
It's
a bonus.
Yeah,
man.
So
everybody, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, the only thing I watch late at this point is Inside the NBA after the
Chuck and
that's the best. That is the
Chuck and
best.
Shaq.
That's the best late night show in television.
Everybody, welcome to the podcast. I got a great, funny, talented guest.
What's up, everybody?
It's the very funny, very talented Alan Strickland Williams.
Hey, Matt. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
I
wanted to introduce you. I didn't know that you were an Inside the NBA guy. Also, it's some of the greatest live comedy.
Oh yeah, I'm upset that I picked this time to.
Yeah,
because they're playing right now, the Clippers and the
Nuggets, I think,
and the Nugs. Yeah, it's the Game 7, but
but
yeah, man, I love basketball in general.
I never fucking knew.
I got into it basically 3.5 seasons ago.
Oh, like COVID kind of thing, or what?
Not really. I guess it was during COVID, but really it's just I was watching my buddy James Fritz. I was watching the game with him, and I would watch Inside the NBA, but I didn't really watch.
He's a Nuggets guy, right?
No, he's a Bulls guy.
Okay, all right.
So I would watch Inside the NBA just because I just genuinely found it funny. Like they're doing some levels of like silent comedy stuff.
Oh,
like Ernie Johnson is basically Jack Benny. Like he's got a very vaudeville vibe to it.
He is the ringmaster.
He's the Godfather, and then like their social stuff is good, and the fact that they're so fast on these and they're basically just making memes or whatever. They had this thing recently where
it's tied to their voice well,
and they've been fucking around together forever. So it's like they have this great chemistry.
Yeah.
So I started. I was like, well, then let me fucking watch the games.
Yeah.
Like let me live. And I grew up without a team. Really, I grew up 3 hours from Orlando or something.
Yeah,
so
Jacksonville.
Yeah. So it's like I'm a man without a team in that way. Yeah. But I just kind of it's just fun to watch basketball.
You're in the infancy. You're in the infancy phase.
It's a fun sport, man. I think it's one of the smartest sports. I think it has. I love the length of time that it takes. Yeah. I love how it moves.
Like 10 feet for the free throw line was like perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like because for like Jordan barely able to sky over it. It was just like they just knew 10 feet is just like a perfect height for the back. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. I mean, I really think it's like a great. It's just fun, and then specifically watching it on TNT is great. I don't know how it's going to change with the
ESPN. I'm afraid of it, but I know they let Pat McAfee do his thing.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm scared of. They let Pat McAfee do his thing. You know, it's like
let the cooks cook.
I think ESPN is very. I don't know. I feel like it's got. I feel like it. I feel like this will hopefully be a direction for them to go into more personality. Like Stephen A. is like personality, but like. He's kind of all right, but sometimes I'm just like, what is this guy? Who is this guy? Who cares?
He's like the guy trying to put a podcast out every day.
So I'm like, you don't need to be talking about this.
It's like John Mulaney. If he was trying to do that show every day,
right,
you would want to strangle him. You'd be like, enough. If you're trying to go on like Jimmy Kimmel's schedule or something like that. But dude, him like twice a week with like about a 15-minute monologue each time, and he, like I said, a little current of some personal stories. Yeah. He's great in that.
Yeah,
it would be oversaturation if there was more.
Right. Yeah.
Which I feel like sometimes you get in like a weekly show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just so much of it, especially the late night stuff, is just like, you know, it feels very repetitive, and it's like, I mean,
they got to put something out every day for the advertisers to sell Toyotas.
And now it's like, it's weird because there are just venues on YouTube or people on their own Instagram or whatever that are releasing weekly stuff.
Like Trevor Noah had that, and the Daily Show. So he never really took a step back whenever.
Yeah, I have been watching there every once in a while. I don't watch it religiously, but usually at some point in the week, I'll usually watch Jon Stewart has like the one day he does the Daily Show.
The Monday night.
I'll watch that just because I'm like,
that's your Monday Night Raw.
Well, if that's if you're looking for that type of thing, that is still the best version of it.
That's the Michael Jordan of it. That's
totally.
Sorry, since you just got into the NBA.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the context.
No, he's the gold standard for political comedy, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's
the GOAT.
I do love what Michael Che and Colin Jost have on SNL.
Yeah, sometimes those weekend updates will really get me.
And then just the fact that Che just trying to kneecap him on you can
still hear
the playfulness that you would see in the Comedy Cellar of the store or whatever.
Just like a mean, dirty, or like weird joke. They'll still go for that every once in a while.
Norm Macdonald also was like,
of course.
Of
course. I don't even need to say it. He's the best one.
I really don't think it could be maybe if you're like Kevin Nealon's niece or something.
I mean, Nealon actually is. I remember Nealon, I think, more or before I remember Norm.
Yeah.
But I loved Kevin. I think Kevin Nealon is still very funny.
Oh, it's wild seeing him pop around on shows.
Yeah.
And it's just like somebody that you watch on TV and obviously he may not have been the one, but it's like it left an impression on you, and you're pursuing comedy as a career. And you watch and you probably saw him whenever you were a teenager or something.
I feel really stupid because he was on Conan one of the times I did it, and I only did it 2 times. Yeah. But he was on Conan, and he came to the room later and was just like, and like I had like a couple of friends there, and he was like, he was like, that was great, very complimentary. Yeah. He was like, you got like a posse in here, and I just kind of didn't know what to do, and I was like, oh yeah, well I you're so funny and blah blah. Yeah. I should have invited him in to hang out and stuff. I was just like,
he would have.
So stupid.
He'll knock a drink or hang for. He loves shooting the shit still.
So I felt I feel that's what I was just like, you fucking idiot. Like you probably could have done his show or something, but anyway, that was still cool. I got to meet him, and he was being, I forget what, but he was being really funny that night. But
he's a funny dude. Yeah,
he's just funny. Yeah.
And it's weird. I think I remember the first one I felt like that was whenever Tom Green was doing stand-up.
Oh yeah, I love Tom.
And and that was another thing where he was one.
Guys like our age too. I mean, it's like the Tom Green show is like. And all that shit was very.
It's like if Trey Parker was doing stand-up.
Yeah. He was just like the right. I mean, like it was just like what I was probably literally a teenage boy. Yeah. Like
I was
12.
I was 17, 18. I think. I may have been, I'm not sure whenever that hit, but it was just so. It was
the golden age of like just like teenage boy humor.
MTV comedy, yeah. I mean, we hit. Well, I mean, we
were like the start of Jackass.
I think Hangover was the last.
We were the start of Jackass.
that's a bragging point.
We were back in my days. It was just Steve-O and Johnny, man. They didn't have this guy, poopies or whatever. They didn't have this shit.
Everybody was regular height.
Eric Andre wasn't doing shit with Jackass back then, man. Stupid.
That is funny, dude.
You know what we did?
In my day.
We walked up.
What are our stories going to be?
We walked up a hill and we watched a guy kick himself in the nuts. And then we walked back
uphill both ways.
Yeah, kicking ourselves in the nuts uphill both ways, and lighting our assholes on fire.
Our farts on fire.
Yeah, farts on fire.
Yeah. We did it on our own.
Back when men were men. And women were, and you only saw women in herbal essences commercials.
And women stuck to their own channels.
Yeah. Yeah, they call it the lady channel.
The lady channel.
Yeah. TLC, the lady channel.
It was a video version of Pinterest.
Hey, I saw this. I've been seeing ads on NBA. Watching NBA games is the only time I see fucking like commercial
live ads. Yeah, because yeah.
And I keep seeing when TLC has a show called 1,000-Pound Sisters.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, oh wow, they found these freaks. It's been on for 8 seasons or 7 seasons or something nuts.
There's a whole world we don't know about,
and so many pounds and so many sisters. So many morbidly obese sisters are out there.
I don't want to just see them when they're 1,000. I want to see the build up to 1,000.
The build up, the build down.
Yeah.
Ups and, yeah. That's.
I mean, like that.
How'd you get here? And it's like, well,
the origin story.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
No, we know we're going to be 1,000 pounds. We're at 700, but we ain't quitting. We ain't ever going to quit.
Yeah, so funny. It's just like, Jesus Christ, what is going on with this world? 1,000 pounds.
2 of them too, and the twins.
But I feel like that is a thing where it's like, you. There's so many shows that are basically like that that I never hear of.
There's worlds we have no
idea. No idea what's going on. It's wild.
Okay, do you have a TV on the TV where I have I have a LG TV and they have shows just running on cycles.
Oh, there's like that. I don't know if it's the same thing, but I know Pluto TV is basically
probably that. Yeah, where it's just
it's
Smokey and the Band at 24 hours a day streaming.
Or
I have no
That's
idea.
like the new version of cable, I think, for a lot of kids.
Well, and it's so. Excuse me.
Because I just saw someone being like, kids don't.
Seltzer water.
There's no Nick at Night now, and I'm like, well, it's
there's no
that though. It's like you go on these. Like, it's like they have I Love Lucy 24/7. They have like all this stuff but it's just one show.
I am concerned there's no unifying thing that people are going to watch.
Yeah, I mean we're the monoculture. It's like.
I mean, you need
people see like the same 7 TikToks, and shit like that.
Yeah, and it just keeps your algorithm tight.
Yeah.
It's just like I never loved it, but I'm getting older and we work in this funky business, and you understand how something like a Regis and Kathy Lee is just like a good barometer for what's going on,
where we are. Yeah.
I don't know if it's what's going on, but at least what we pretend was what's going on, and I think we all need to pretend the same thing is going on.
Yeah. No, we're way beyond that.
We need to both watch the same clown show.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're way beyond that though. Everyone gets to live in their own reality.
Yeah, their own silo.
Yeah.
And it's wild. I mean, you probably see it because I'm from of the reddest of red states.
Sure, yeah. Where I'm from is very conservative.
And I still have my friends, and I still talk to them. And I see them kind of morph one way, and I'm like, I don't. It's like for me, it's just like, okay, well, hey, how about if we just talk about football?
Yeah.
And you have to have those kind of relationships. What do we? Okay, we'll just talk craft beer.
Yeah.
Find somewhere in the middle to meet.
Yeah. No, it's like, and it is too. It's like I don't want to always be thinking about. Everything terrible in the world because everything is terrible in the world. So it's like, it is kind of nice to be able to step back, but it does feel like it's going to get harder and harder. You're just going to feel crazy and crazy to be like, yeah, let's just talk about football.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I think he's not my type guy, but I can see like Dave Portnoy. I do a pizza review. There's people that just.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not questioning why it's popular or anything.
It's a brilliant idea because everybody's like, oh, I kind of want to. Well, I'll be in Philadelphia.
And he's got a very whatever vibe to him. He doesn't come off. He really doesn't even. He's very kind of bland in a way, actually. Like he's not super offensive one way or the other.
He's obnoxious Boston guy.
He is very Boston. I mean, yeah. But that's kind of like base level. That's kind of like base level guy to me. Is like that dude from Boston.
They always have this kind of underdog thing.
They got this underdog thing, but then
Chip
Boston's the best fucking city in the world. I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Like, I hate Boston, like the city. Like, and I've just dated too many girls from Massachusetts or whatever. I don't know what it is.
Oh, that does.
That's a thing.
That'll skew any
That's
city.
a thing. Yeah. But yeah. So I don't know. I would need to have a wonderful time at this point in Boston for me to change my
to redeem it.
Every time I've gone, I've just had like a dumb. It's just like a bad time. Not nothing traumatic or terrible, but I'm just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
You know what it was too? I was there one time on a St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that'll skew hard.
That was just like, I just remember, you remember how they always do those aluminum tall Bud Lights around like, St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like,
because they couldn't have glass bottles.
And so I just remember seeing one like in slow motion at this pub or something, just like over the crowd. I was just like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it's like ominous danger. You know, they're putting red on the screen.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is that time. There is some weird. Portnoy locks down Boston.
Yeah.
That was my point of that. I guess I don't know if I'll ever get to one.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah. But yeah, I am concerned that there's never going to be like a thing like everybody knows what's going on. The NFL, I guess, is that kind of thing because like for live TV, like
people watch it at the same time.
26 out of the last 27 like most viewed shows are live football games. I think one of them was the State of the Union.
Sure.
And it's just like because everybody else is just I'll watch it when I get to it.
You know, there's funny thing about the NFL. I just didn't give a crap this year about the NFL that I was like, I'm literally going to go to the laundromat and do my laundry during the Super Bowl. Yeah. And it was playing then, and I was like, you know what? This is perfect. Actually, this is exactly how I want to watch.
You're being functional.
Yeah,
you're doing something.
I'm doing something, and it's there, and it's like it's inescapable in a way. Yeah, everyone's watching the Super Bowl.
It's like that show. What was the one? Guy Code. I used to. Well, it was funny in the background, but I wouldn't sit there and watch it. You know what I mean? It was just like, if you don't.
It's a great like drinking beers, and it's on the yeah.
You're folding your laundry. Or something. It's not like I'm going to look for it, but I'm like, you flip it on, whatever. Yeah. This is. I could turn the TV off if that's distracting.
I don't care. Well, I mean, I'll be distracted by whatever.
Right.
I'm a very ADHD.
I never really noticed that about you.
Yeah. I think it kind of. I don't think I did either.
Yeah.
Until recently, when I've started trying to do anything with my life.
Dude, that's just fucking malaise and depression. Like I said, that's me. That's with me, bro. Yeah.
But it felt like at some point last year I was like, I keep getting distracted. Like I literally am like, I'm doing my dishes and then I just come to and I'm somewhere else doing. I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I sleeping right now? I'm supposed to be doing the dishes.
It's been a funky fucking time.
Oh yeah, it's just been crazy. I mean, I think this is just kind of what life is going to be. It's just going to be intensified versions of feeling totally nuts. And it's just going to get hotter and everything, but whatever.
I'm not loving LA right now with what entertainment is just kind of evaporated.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then I get it, but also it's just like, okay, the weather still fucking kicks ass.
The weather's great, but it is it is shitty today.
Yeah, we had our one day.
It's like, but it was like bad last week. I just feel like what's happening is the June gloom thing has just crept way earlier.
Well, everything's kind of warping a little bit. Like our Augusts are getting severe.
Yeah. Well, it used to be. I mean, when I moved here, it was like so long before it rained, and it was in the middle of maybe the very beginning
like a drought
of the terrible, the crazy. Literally the biggest drought in since they've been recording that shit.
We 2006, 7, something like that?
2008.
Okay.
2008.
Yeah.
I was here the summer of 2007, and then I came back 2008.
Sorry, I didn't mean,
no, all good. But then it was 2, 3, 4 winters ago where we had the first real Like it really rained that winter season.
Oh, mudslide.
The drought went away, mudslides. I mean, that was like when everyone got their shit flooded and stuff.
Yeah.
And since then, it's like, we've had more of like, we've had
a lot more
we've
severe.
had maybe 2.5 seasons in LA at this point.
It's a lot more severe, but I also feel it's getting that way around everywhere else.
It is kind of weird,
because you're Hurricane Alley.
It is weird.
Yeah.
And I just saw something where it was like that for the first time. I think it was this year. There was a tornado in one of the Dakotas in February.
Yeah.
It's like
wild.
Like ice. We're getting ice tornado times.
Ice storms, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like
it'll be like
we're gonna go straight. Like it's gonna be so apocalyptic. We're not even
the day after. It'll be like this would be like, hey, people be taking selfies like we saw it in a movie. It was just like, look at me. The apocalypse is gonna be terrifying and hilarious.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. It's like time to get a gun, you know.
Did you see that one with Mahershala Ali and Julia Roberts?
No.
Watch the world burn or something.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think I did see it.
Yeah, Julia Roberts and I'm trying to remember who the guy was, but Kevin Bacon was in it. Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Where it's
like how the car stopped working or something like that.
And the little girl just wants to watch the Friends finale. There's going to be so many of us who are just going to want to watch the Friends. I'm sorry, that was too far of a reach, but I don't know if you'd seen that one. But
well, in tough times you need a friend.
I'll be there for you.
We won't be here anymore, but I'll be there for you.
Yeah, man. So, dude, okay, 2008. That was right when we started. Did you start when you moved out here?
Pretty much. Well, no, actually, I think I started more in like more like the end of 2009. I probably did comedy before then, but like when you're like you look around, you're like, oh, I'm doing this like every day.
January 2008 was when I started.
Yeah,
where I'm like I'm gonna try to hit.
I'm doing as many mics as I can a night.
15. Yeah. I was doing trying to do 15 a week.
Totally. Yeah,
and
I hear that.
I was a psychopath, and I got off work at Sunset and La Brea, and it was there was like sandwich shops. Meltdown was a thing.
Yeah. What was the rock paper scissors? Sunset
Grill. It's closed now.
Yeah. Good. No. But it's funny because I will say I'm like, God damn, I'm glad I did those because like
you had to go through it,
and some people
and you met some homies.
I met some people that are like running shows. Yeah, like they'll throw me up because of that.
Yeah,
like, because we
the bonds you made or whatever.
It's pretty wild. Yeah, but God, what was the other one? Like,
and then there's some people who are just they're insane.
Oh yeah,
they were there too.
Especially in the Hollywood ones. Like it was always like that's almost what it was like.
The Elmo Vatos of the world.
Elmo Vato, man. Oh man, rest in peace. He's got to be dead. Right?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I know. I saw the guy
not.
that hosted a lot the other day at the grocery store.
Yeah, really.
Scotty.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny.
Had the leather jacket.
Dude,
yeah.
Primo Elmo Vato. What was then he would say like I'm
from the La Brea Tar Pits.
I'm from the La Brea Tar Pits, but he said something about being like a love machine or something like that. Like, oh man, that guy is so. He's like, I just show like. If I ever want to get a chick, I just lift up my shirt and show her my gunshots. I was like, holy shit, man, this is awesome.
There was a guy. Did you know Blackjack?
I don't remember Blackjack. I remember.
Do you remember or no?
No, I don't remember.
Oh,
no.
He was a Spider-Man in front of the Chinese.
Oh
theater.
wait, I do think I remember him now. Yeah.
And he always talked with a British accent.
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah.
Wasn't British.
I forgot his name, Blackjack.
Wasn't British.
Yeah.
He'd been doing the fake accent for however long he'd been going to the Sunset Grill.
There was the one guy over on the west side that was like
Anthony
Colidis. It's like Anthony Colidis, the masked the masked postal worker from Watts.
Go with this. I want to hear this.
No, it was just a guy who literally was like he was like we thought it was a character for a long time of him just like a luchador, like a luchador mask. It was a character. Because he would wear this luchador mask and he
borrowed it from Elmo
and the postal outfit uniform.
Yeah.
And then and he would wear the mask. He would only wear the mask when he was on stage. But we were like, oh, this guy's just crazy. And then one time, like for some reason, I was over there. I went to the post office. Yeah. And I was like, oh, you're real. Like, that's you. And I was like, oh, you're really funny, man. He was like, I don't get the mics much anymore. But yeah, that was like that. You'd only really see him on the west side, though.
Yeah, there were some crazy people, man. It did kind of it's like a way of like welding iron between everybody else.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of times it's like you're looking at other people like, what is this real? Like, are we all gonna die?
Or
like,
am I on a prank show?
Is this a prank?
Yeah. Am I gonna sign a release after this? Yeah. And there are and you don't want to be too mean to the person because there's something missing.
No, I mean, hey, like basically we're the same. If we're both looking for this awful thing we're trying to do with our lives to bring us any meaning or
validation,
joy, it's like we're all fucked. We're the same, you and I. You know, it's like it's cats in the cradle of the silver spoon.
I'm 2 spots after you on a list, a paper list.
I'll be there in like 15 years, 17 years. I'll be primo vato lifting my shirt up.
We all become homo vato.
Yeah. All roads.
All roads lead to homo vato.
All roads lead to the Sunset Grill. That's funny.
I'm surprised they're not doing open mics in front of the closed Sunset Grill.
Oh yeah, I mean they'll do a mic anywhere. Yeah, I haven't been to really any in Hollywood in a long time. Do you ever do the one that's like behind that In-N-Out?
I have no idea.
It's called like Accidental Chaos or something. I've
seen. Yeah. I know where it is. It's not behind. I saw where it is, and I saw like a couple people that were there, and I was just like, no way in hell.
It's one of those places where it's like I've heard about it forever, because I've been kind of trying to find mics that start later now because I'm usually working till 7 or something.
Good problems,
I guess, but it's like it's also nice to be able to just like wake up late and then be like, oh, there's like a 5 p.m. mic
and work the verbiage off something. Yeah.
And then maybe hit another one after that. But you know, that's fine too. I've just been trying to get out there more.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into L.A. local.
Yeah, what do you usually talk about?
I don't know. Usually it's whenever it's somebody's first time, I usually just give them a little bit of an intro and a little bio. But this has been fine.
Yeah, no,
this
has
been
fun. Good. Yeah.
Then I'm all over the place on stuff. So it just whatever works is whatever works, man. Now, I think I met you. Like I said, I was telling you outside. I met you at a mic.
Yeah, Elle said, yeah, for sure. I remember that.
It was weird. It was, and I was just like, I remember. And I've told your jokes to other people and credited you. You have.
You don't have to.
You have some of the fun.
You can take those.
So like some of the Dick Cheney joke. If I could have, I'm sorry. I just I stepped on it.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot that's because I changed it to Donald Trump eventually. But if I could have dinner with any person living or dead, I wanted to be Dick Cheney and I wanted to be dead.
Yeah,
because that was
with that pause too.
But like that was like the safe thing. That was like one of the safest political jokes you do because at that point no one liked Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
actually, it's funny because that was like without a doubt people would clap. Yeah. Like people would clap for that. Yeah. And then it's funny looking back now that the Democrats tried to win by being like Dick Cheney likes us.
Liz, it's not. Yeah. It was like the biggest war. It was just like,
it's like no. Everyone hates him. Yeah, you shouldn't be happy about this.
Yeah, it's good to cross a bridge. That ain't the bridge.
Yeah. So hilarious. But anyway. Yeah, no, that was a long time ago. And I remember we like hung out.
Yeah.
And then we just see each other around a mic.
Oh yeah.
But then did you move? Did you move and then move back?
I moved. I was in like Oklahoma. I lived in Long Beach for a couple of years.
Okay.
That was I was basically. I may as well have been in North Dakota.
Yeah. I remember it was like a moment when I was like, "Oh, I'm seeing you again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was we've kind of always ran in like different crowds, but I've always so many people think you're fucking hilarious.
Oh, thanks, man.
You know,
thank you. That's really nice of you.
I remember when Jamar Neighbors was just like, "Oh, that hilarious."
Oh yeah, Jamar and I have always kind of like, I don't know. I remember we were doing some show a long time when I was like, "Oh, you're crazy, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm totally nuts." And we just kind of as always, and his like late night Twitter is always cracking me up. Where he's just like, "I want some pussy," you know. It's just like,
not her though. And he was just like,
yeah. I mean, Jamar's nuts, man.
He actually painted those.
He's a good, he's a good artist.
Yeah.
Those are both good.
The Backwoods Barbie. Yeah.
Those are both awesome. Damn.
Yeah,
nice.
he didn't do anything else here. But.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
No, he was one of those guys I started with where it was just like there's people you start with and they just kind of push you.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of, like Sunset Grill and shit.
Yeah. So seeing it like in great is,
and it's fun. It is fun to get to know people and like see how they like see where the fuck they go and like their ups and downs and everything. It's cool. It's great. It's crazy. Well, I knew that stand up was so fucked when in the middle of COVID, when everything's like shut down basically all over. You know, LA was super shut down, but basically everything was shut down in some way. Yeah. Things were different than what they were. Yeah. People were still starting to do stand up in that moment. I'm like, oh, this is gnarly. This is bad. Like what?
It shows, and they're like, I'm gonna go. They don't know what it's changed completely.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
I mean, at least the bar show stuff where, in my opinion,
it feels like those don't really exist at all anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're pretty much
because a lot of the bars got closed.
Well, yeah, at least the ones that we were friendly with. I can't remember the records up in like Frogtown. I'm blanking on the name of it. That's like one of the only cool bars left.
Footsie's.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was on Sepulveda, not Sepulveda. It was on Fig. I think it was like Frogtown area.
Oh, okay.
Roadhouse Records or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Did that place close?
No. That place is like one of the last
permanent Roadhouse.
Permanent Records.
Yeah, over there in Cypress Park, Glassell Park.
Great.
Like
that's like a great place to perform. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's so in there. It just seems like so many.
They do some fun shows there.
So many places don't have that good setup with an audience. Anymore. And it's not everything, and I get it.
I just did Peacock and at Club TG, which was like they've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like it felt like the neighborhood actually clued in, and the venue actually a lot
tied together well. Yeah.
Excuse me. A lot of times the venue just doesn't put any effort into anything. And, it's just kind of like, come on, man. Like we could have like a weekly thing here, but I think I mean, it's just always been hard to run a bar show.
I tried to.
I don't think I'll ever run a show again.
I tried to down here at Mel's, and I did it for like
the diner.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The back room has a little bar.
Oh, okay.
That one. Only that one.
That's cool.
And it was just. I mean, first of all, so many people are scared to come to Hollywood.
Oh yeah. Hollywood's
I mean, like normal people,
nowadays,
like not people like us who are doing our performers necessarily, but like regular people to be like, that looks so stabby.
Yeah, no, it's stabby. Yeah,
and
and parking's terrible. And
yeah, that's the other thing. And like we had trouble with the parking on the venue, and they're like they'd give everybody the first hour free. I'm like, I'm not doing a 60-minute show, bro. I mean, why don't you just do 2 hours?
Yeah, maybe that's the secret to do the Mel show. It's got to be like 37 minutes. Short.
Just where people are, and they're like running food to them. They're like,
all right, gotta go.
I'll handshake. I'll take a picture. I'll take a selfie. Yeah. I'll go. Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. We should get together. Let's make brunch plans and then leave. Yeah, that should be the show.
Yeah, it's tough.
The hangs can get so long at shows.
After?
I like that.
Yeah,
I miss the hangs.
Yeah, it's like when you look back too, it's like that was so much of a part of it, especially when you start. Yeah. Now it's kind of like I usually get what I need socially out of like the show, and then like having maybe one after or just checking out with everybody and then peacing out. But it's like I've especially now too, especially if I go to an open mic and actually not just do the thing and bounce and try to just stick around.
It's so tempting to do that though too.
Oh yeah. I mean, especially when it's like you've worked a full day and you got up and you're tired. But I really try to stay as long as I can because it makes you write more. It just gives you a better lay of the land of who's out there.
Yeah, you may make a friend. Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating because like you've been doing it for so long. You're around the same age as me on that, and you know where you're at. Like if you walk into a room, chances are you're going to be one of the funnier guys in the room.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
And even beyond like the funny or not or whatever, to me, it's just kind of like. I know here's what I do and this is how I do it. And I also know that none of this matters. And it's like, it's like you could be the funniest person in the room. Doesn't matter. Like you can But it is not, you go out there,
tried-
like people see you get booked on stuff like that.
I try to be that way,
nice.
and but oh god, I do, especially when someone like starts giving me unsolicited advice or something.
That's the worst. That's the worst, and that's the worst no matter who you are. Whenever, I mean, it's like although there have been times where people have given me something, I'm like, that's actually good.
Yeah,
I might actually use that.
Yeah.
And I always try not to be super annoyed about that,
Yeah.
but it is like, I think it's one of those things where it's just like that's part of the mic. You basically are putting yourself out there with these people that are not going to consider their.
It's like, hey, you're not my writers group,
dude.
You're not
but
the
they're not,
3 or 4 people.
yeah.
We used to text each other jokes,
Yeah.
like me and 3 or 4 people. They're like, oh, I want that one, I want that. We tag each other, tag it up, make it
yeah. No, that's good to I mean, that's good to do. That is what you should get out of mics.
Yeah. Oh, I also show people your women sketches.
Women's sketches are pretty funny. I don't even know if you can still find them.
I think you can.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know.
Someone recently told me I was like, I straight up don't. I'm not disagreeing. I straight up do not remember the sketch they're talking about. I forget what it was.
Well, you guys put out so much.
We put out a lot, and we put it out pretty quick, and it was a long time ago.
Yeah. And we've smoked plenty of weed.
Yeah. No, it's hard for me to remember anything these days. But yeah, that's really nice of you.
No,
I like that was fun. We did a lot of funny shit.
And it was just like you were making like what TikTok level videos, like so you had some long sketches, a few of them, but like so many more like under 30 seconds.
Were very, very fast. Yeah. It really is like, I'm like, oh, we were really. That's a thing timing wise too. It's like, oh, if we had done what we did then, although we got stuff out of that, I guess, or whatever you want to say.
I mean,
but
you 3 were all equally dark and at the
yeah.
right age group.
Yeah.
And you had great cutting and editing, and it looks like it's like
we had Pat. We had like a real director editor, and he was really funny too. But yeah, no, it's just so much work doing that. But yeah, it is always funny when I'm like,
those need to live on. Some of that shit was fucking like the one where you get your head blown off. I didn't mean to bring that one up. Look at Alan. Where
really
good. Dave and Jake are just fawning over. You're smoking a cigarette on the patio, and they're just, man, I've never seen him look this good. And then like a sniper bullet hits you. It was very Barry before Barry.
It was kind of like it was very dark.
That level of comedy.
A lot of that stuff.
The boom mic thing where
the boom.
Dave
what was the boom?
Dave Ross was your shitty boom operator.
Yeah.
And he kept putting the mic in the shot, booming, and then after a while he just gave up and he was like holding a broom, and it was.
Is it just we just said boom in the shot over and over?
It just ruined, and Jake just going nuts.
It's so funny. Yeah, I don't. It's like there's so many things I'm like, I don't remember that really.
You need to rewatch. You've made so much good stuff.
That's
dude.
good. Thank you. That's very nice of you.
Yes. No, I've always thought you were hilarious, man. You're one of the first guys I know that one of the first guys I know that I met him, and then like years later seeing him on Conan, I'm like, I was proud. It was a great set.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, no, that first one was really good.
Yeah.
No, that's just very nice of you. Thank you.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to turn it into
it's all good.
Dick Suck Festival.
If you agree with Matt, get my
dude.
album.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So tell the people. I also love tell the people a little bit about the album.
Okay, it's called Ran Through. I did it. I recorded at the beginning of last year. It came out digitally.
Yeah.
At the end of last year, and then it just came out on vinyl. Did it with this record label called Blonde Medicine. Did it at the Velveeta Room in Austin, Texas.
6th Street, man. Yeah, they were the first one there.
Yeah, they were. And it was like a pretty
punk rock crowd.
Not super rough, but that's kind of why I wanted to do it. I was like, this will have a little like oomph to it.
Yeah,
and a lot of like not classics.
Stanhope recorded a special there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Stanhope's one of the best.
Sorry,
yeah.
Sorry,
no. Yeah. So it's like it was like that.
Yeah.
One-liners. Some of the stuff I've done on TV.
Yeah.
Mainly new stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. The side B is drugs, more drugs, sex, dirty, filthy sex.
The cocaine in the Coca-Cola.
Got some drug stuff in there. Got some drug stuff in there for you. Yeah. AlanStricklandWilliams.com. Buy it on vinyl.
Yeah, dude. I love the fact that you're doing physical media.
Yeah, that was kind of cool that they did that. That was. I think in maybe 10 years I'll sell all the records, but yeah. No, it was cool to do just because it was like. I did not know I had that in me, to be perfectly honest.
Really?
Yeah, to like, in a way, it's a lot harder than anything.
Because I think I saw you right before you recorded it. I don't know. No, I'm not. I ran into you in Corona, and I'm not sure when
in Corona.
Yeah, Hernandez room.
Oh, Chatterbox, Covina.
Yeah.
Covina. Yeah.
My bad.
No. Corona's out there too. No,
sorry.
But yeah,
Covina,
I can't remember if that was right after I got back or right before I went. But yeah, because it's like I had to go. I went to, where did I go? I went to Arizona. I went through the Southeast, and I went through Chicago.
Oh, you're trying to get road gigs to tighten it up.
And
Smart.
do that, and then
doing it. And you have to get out of LA for that.
Totally have to get out of LA, and you have to do it repeatedly.
Yeah.
And then and I was doing that while I was working the job, which was crazy. I wish I had just been like, hey, can I get a month off?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
That's just what I mean when I say like, I can't believe I had it in me at that point I was like, I
think you underestimate yourself.
It's just I'd like a short set because I'm usually working on short jokes.
It's what we're used to. Also,
and it's like,
it's what's available on here. So easily.
So that's sort of the thing where I was like, oh, I need to like, get back to like doing, a longer set, headliner set.
Yeah.
And then also, I need to have like the endurance to do that at multiple nights in a row.
It's two different. It's two different skills.
Totally.
I respect both of them, and you have the material for a headline set clearly.
Yeah,
and
it worked out. It was a good album.
Yeah, it's so hard to get 60 minutes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even trying to do 60. I'm like, give me a break.
Yeah.
But it's funny because. And not everything. I feel like this year for me has been kind of interesting, and like the second half of last year.
Yeah.
I've just been writing so much.
You feel like you unclogged a drain or something like that, or whatever, where it just like released you from old material.
I maybe a little bit of that, but I still don't totally feel released by it. Like there's a couple things that I'm trying to punch up.
Well, you're going to come back to it. Boomerang it. Yeah.
But it's more of just a thing of like, I don't know. It's like that sort of like, I've never been disciplined about writing, which is a big problem. When I'm working on a script, or something, I can be more like, I'm going to get 2 or 3 pages done a day. But sitting down to write jokes to me is like,
oh, it's hell.
I just don't know how that works. I don't understand it because I'm not I need to have an idea. And then this is another thing where I was talking about like the ADHD stuff. Like, I will be think of the idea. I'll be going like literally pulling out my notebook,
pen to paper on it,
and then I forget what I'm trying to write down like that fast. So I'm like constantly racing, or to like make a note or a voice memo or whatever.
Dude, what I've been doing. I've been texting myself.
I do that. I'll send myself an email.
And I pin my number at the top.
Yeah, I like that.
And and then like the only fun
tips of the trade.
No, and that's been so good for my retention of like you see something and you're on a subway or something, or you're at work or whatever. You got to finish that one. Take 10 seconds to text yourself that premise, and you may come up with a better punch after it. But just it's so essential. I didn't know that. I feel pen to paper is the best way to ingrain it into your head, where
that's
it
what
locks.
I'm studying a set too. It's like
physical media.
Physical media. We're still in it.
That was one of the things I was talking about though. I bought this DVD, Less Than Zero, just because I couldn't find it on Amazon.
Oh, it's not streaming anywhere?
No.
I didn't know there was a movie. I've only read the book.
But
this looks like a great fucking...
Robert Downey Jr.
Andrew McCarthy. That's great.
It was Brat Pack classic.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr. is so good on this. He's awesome. You don't even know if he's acting.
He's awesome.
He's a meltdown in the movie. Yeah, he's Julian.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know how long it's been since you.
No, it was.
I love Bret Easton Ellis. Yeah, great.
I'll tell you how. I can tell you how long it was because I read it at some point during that really.
We're talking about the show. We're talking about the DVD Less Than Zero, by the way.
Less Than Zero. Yeah. I read that book, and it's like a novella. It's like quick read. But I read it in one setting during that big fire that was caused by a gender reveal party.
Oh, like about 10 years ago, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe it was that long. It felt like it was during the pandemic.
That was COVID? That was COVID?
Yeah. Like because I was out in the desert.
Oh,
so I read it all. It's about
that's
Palm
why
Springs.
yeah,
And, like I read it all out in the desert.
Yeah,
while it was like one of
while
those
the desert
fires
was
where,
burning
like,
it while you were
literally
inhaling the desert.
It looked like it literally looked like you were in hell. You could feel ash falling down on you and stuff.
We had one day like that. We had a couple days like that where the sky was just under.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, it is wild how. I mean, like LA should not be here. You know?
Oh no, it definitely. It's like basically, we stole water from hundreds of miles away.
To make it plush and green.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad we did.
I mean,
I'm happy about it.
I mean, what I'm gonna at least appreciate if you did it. I don't think it's good, but yeah. I'm not. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. You have a good set. A Coke dealer buys you a shot of vodka. You're gonna take it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. You don't like want to hang out with the guy, but
and you're gonna rob him and take his wallet, and when he's not looking, and steal his car. But come on, you're not gonna say no.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Yeah, why not? Have a little fun with it, man. I got it. I remember doing getting that build up to an hour. The where I did that was like in those Tribble shows.
Oh, you did Tribble runs?
Oh, yeah.
I never actually. I think I did one that was like not even a real Tribble show, but it was like in that world. It was like
really?
Liberty Spirit in Salem, Oregon.
Yeah.
But okay,
those casino
go on.
gigs, yeah, that's
gigs.
where I learned how to do an hour. I remember the first one. I was like, oh, I've got 22 minutes. I can do 22 minutes. I was like done in 8.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was doing crowd work, but like bad.
Yeah.
What's going on with you guys?
Yeah,
It was it was just you fell on your face in front of rednecks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I never had the pleasure of doing like an actual Tribble run, but
that's where I got to Montana. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where I got to see Montana. And it was just like those.
Montana is fucking beautiful.
Dope.
Yeah.
And Billings, Montana was like one of the places I've ever had one of my best sets.
Billings, I had a lot of fun in Billings.
Yeah.
Besides like the fact that there's like a sugar beet factory or something there.
Okay. What's that?
It's like I don't even know what. I guess it's like a sugar additive, but
right.
It basically like it makes the whole downtown smell like it smelled to me like wet cat food every once in a while whenever the sugar beet whenever they're processing or something. That was kind of weird. And also it was weird too because Billings was like, dude, they're trying to take all the money from those oil men right when they get off work. Like there's a casino and like there's a casino
every which way
every
intersection,
bars and like at restaurants.
Casinos are
everywhere,
and they're like the seven machine casino, 7 machines in a room, and that's they're like every gas station, and it's just like I couldn't imagine being like addicted to gambling and like living there.
Yeah, gambling's one of the vices that doesn't really have a hold on me, thank God. But I mean, I gambled while I was there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun.
That's a very easy one for me to
to
walk away from.
I mean, I think it's great that the casinos around LA are so gross. If you've ever been,
I've never had the pleasure of like the Commerce,
the Commerce Casino or Hawaiian Gardens. Or, they have a very stabby feel to them.
Yeah.
Like Vegas, I can see the fun. I can see the charm.
Yeah.
I can see
it's like Vegas. There's like families in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Or there's stuff to do. You know, there it's just those are just straight addicts. If you're just going here, and I play poker.
Yeah.
But like I can't. People that just go on a slot machine.
Oh, it's crazy.
I
mean, it's fun, but the people that like park there and like
like an hour or 30 minutes and just keep throwing money. I can't. I don't like to think I'm better than people, but I do think I'm better. We all have our line somewhere.
Maybe more risk averse.
I can't imagine being because I can't imagine being rich enough to do that. To just feed.
They ain't rich.
I know. Maybe, and you see why. It's like, oh man. That's what I think is. I think casinos are going to be like the new Walmart. Where like the people of Walmart kind of thing, where because it used to be like sweatpants.
Oh, I mean, it always
sweatpants.
That's the best. The best people watching in the world is in Las Vegas. I mean, in COVID, like when it was like there's a picture of the guy with the mask on but the cigarette poking out. I'm like, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I get it.
That's awesome. We've all been there.
I went to Vegas.
It's like I'm doing the thing. Give me my treat.
I went to Vegas one week during COVID, one weekend, and it scared the hell out of me, man. It was
just how it was all still like just rolling.
Oh, it was like nothing had stopped, especially coming from LA to
LA really shut down probably too much. Like it really like.
I get it, I get it, but also it was too much. And everyone was just like they were just eating the turkey legs on the scooters,
sure,
and just
got their oxygen tank.
And I had to look at it. It took me a second where I almost had like a fucking panic attack. Seeing that shit, man. I was one of the people who was just like, all right, and then I didn't. Once I got out of town, I was like, oh man, you can just. It's
like, oh, we're allowed to do this. This seems wrong.
Yes, there's no social. There's no social consequences. Just walking into a Circle K.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll do this. And, oh man, it was any place I could where I could find a place I could go eat. I'd be like, yes, please. I went to New Mexico during the first couple days of the because I thought I was going to be off work, and then I found out I could work remote, and my stepdad lived out there, and he was I was just like, oh, cool, we'll do that. And now, so I was just like, I guess that's going to be my move.
I'll go to New Mexico.
Yeah, I was going to keep my place here as long as I could because I figured I didn't know if it was going to be like a month or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I got out there and it was just like, I couldn't deal with that.
Where were you?
It was a town called Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Like 10,000 people. It's like at the foot of it's near the hills. If you lived there and you were a skier, you'd love life.
Okay, yeah.
It was one of those kind of places. Not like Taos or anything, but it works. But I was just like, I can't do it, and I couldn't adjust. I couldn't.
Yeah.
In such a small town, and that was just a bad situation anyway.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I thought about leaving during COVID.
Yeah, it's funny.
Not moving, but just.
Yeah. I think about it every once in a while, but then it's like COVID happened and all the fires and stuff. I'm like, I guess I just like it here. Honestly, I'm like,
it's a bad relationship. It's like
I'm like, I wish the weather was better. Like I'm thinking about, I literally was looking at like, what's the sunniest city in California? I guess it's Redding.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
the methiest place.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, I've got a story about that place.
What?
Go. I don't want to go.
No, I have nothing really.
No, it was just like I met people at a Cribble show, and they were weed growers, and they needed me.
Yeah, sure.
They needed me to. I was told I was going to drive back to L.A., and they go, "Hey, we got a friend that he's in a little bit of." Or I was going to San Francisco actually, and they was like, "Can you?" They had to drop an escort that was in Redding to the San Jose airport.
Oh my God, that's funny, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I don't know.
It's true. It's true.
You gotta say.
Oh, I do the story. I do the story. It's just like it's. I met them at I was hosting a weed. Like a weed chili cook-off, like what like it was like a chili cook-off for weed, but it wasn't chili. It was just like it was like a MJ cup or a cannabis cup in Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where I make a joke about that, where I was just like, "Hey, you think you can do us a favor?" They had to get this girl back to Hawaii whatever.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so basically,
nice lady.
Basically, I human trafficked.
Yeah,
that's one of the. Yeah,
it's funny. I just gave her a ride.
I was just whatever. I was helping drug dealers traffic one of their prostitutes.
I thought you were saying you were going to they were going to ask you to move weight.
No.
Maybe she had or something.
No.
But,
well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it was like not that I'm aware of. I mean, I don't know what was in her suitcase, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they were going to Hawaii, and they seemed like weed people. Didn't seem like you would do that move. I don't think you could make that much money
at this point.
Yeah, and this was like 2013, 14, something like that.
I forget when it became legal recreationally, but
it's so weird going into states where it's not legal.
Yeah, it's funny too when it's like the ones that'll surprise you.
Texas.
I'm like, wait, Montana has weed?
Yeah. Oh
I'm
no.
Like, whoa,
yeah. Oh
okay,
yeah, dude.
Cool. I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah. At the shows, everybody's blazed at the shows.
Yeah, but like Florida, it's like it's just medical there, and Georgia. But then I also tried that Delta 9 or whatever it's called for the first time.
Well,
Delta 8, Delta 9, I forget which number, but literally it's like it's basically just like some version of THC.
Yeah.
Or of cannabis, and it I felt something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was smoking a vape that was. I stopped smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Since the last time I hit you up for your lighter.
Good for you. No, I quit and then I kind of started again, but I think I'm gonna quit again. I smoked this week and I'm like I feel like shit. I don't like this.
I was vaping. I don't vape. Somebody gave me a girlfriend gave me a vape and I was just like, oh, okay, it's cherry weed, because I was never a weed vapor.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I'm getting a nice hit off the and then I realized it was just nicotine.
Uh-huh.
It was just like there's that much of it.
Yeah.
When you get away from it, there's that much of a
it hits
pin
you again.
pack.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, buddy,
for sure.
It comes back hard.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the things sometimes I have a hard time whenever I'm drinking or if I'm hanging out with another smoker. I just like, all right, I got to decide if I'm going to, because I cannot be the guy who smokes one cigarette and then I'm good.
No, I can't do that with almost anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, I either need to be kind of like, all right, let's clear the schedule, or it's like, let's have a nice
all in, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me with cigarettes. Yeah, that's.
Well, they're so cool. I literally saw someone smoking on the drive over, and I was like, "Damn, that looks cool." But it's also.
Do you romanticize it when you're?
I mean, it's not even romantic. It's just it's the truth. It just is. It looks cool. Yeah. It's like. It speaks. I saw two guys smoking by a gas station. I was laughing. I'm like, that's funny. Like they were far away from it, but they they had moved to the smoking section of the gas station,
the roped off area.
Yeah.
They were on the patio.
Yeah.
If you will.
They were just taking it in, just chilling at the gas station. I was like, oh, those guys are like, it's like a guy on a motorcycle.
And they're probably having a cool, chill,
just a cool, chill
conversation.
Yeah, literally. That's what I thought.
Cigarettes. I mean, I stopped smoking, and I'm realizing I'm having worse conversations.
That's funny.
With people.
That's a funny bit.
Yeah. And I think
smokers have more interesting lives than. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. I remember I had one of my buddies in college. Donnie. We smoked, having a party. I was in a fraternity. Get talking shit or whatever. And then outside, smoke a cigarette. He's the one that taught me this move. Was we all smoked Marlboros or Camels or Parliaments were my thing actually. And
P-Funk, sure.
Yeah. Hey, I'm out. Can I get a smoke from you? He pulled out a pack of Basic cigarettes. Basic, the brand Basic.
These are
GPCs
the table cigarettes.
GPC was the one out there, and people would be like, that's cool. And then I didn't realize once I saw him pulled out, he would just take his Marlboros out of every pack and put them in a GPC box,
and people wouldn't want to smoke
and then people were like, I'm good.
I when I lived in New York City for a minute, I was going home one time after work, and I just saw like there's just like a bunch of those little like stairs that go down to whatever basement.
Yeah.
I'm going to the train.
It's like their storage room or whatever. Yeah.
There's a guy that's just down one of those, and he's like got this big duffel bag, and he's wearing a nice suit.
Yeah.
But he looks bombed, and like what I don't
like
know,
like drunk.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so, but I just hear him go. He just goes, "It's my birthday." And I just go, I'm drunk, and I'm working. I'm working at a job where basically I get paid in drink tickets, and I go, "Happy birthday, sir!" Like I hope
we salute you.
I hope it's a great one. And he goes, "Come have a drink with me," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come have a drink with me." I'm like, "All right." He's got like Hennessy in 2 cups or something, and so I'm like, "Right on." And he gives me a pour, and I'm kind of sipping on it, and I'm like.
He's got like Dixie cups or something.
Yeah, he's like literally like little like little cups, and I'm just like, "Did you have a good birthday?" And he goes, "Man, take a look at this." And he opens up the duffel bag, and it's just a bunch of Newport cartons.
All right.
And he goes, "Take one." And I don't really smoke. I smoke a little bit. I'm in college or something. I don't really smoke, and I took it, and I was like, "I don't think you know how birthdays work." Like, hey, for one thing. But I don't know. He's drunk. Maybe they fell off the truck. He's so generous, whatever.
Yeah. And
I
love this.
And so I take him. And so basically, like for a whole, I was there maybe 2 months. I forget. These are the cigarettes I'm smoking and whatever. And so I would be in the park, and people would ask me for a cigarette, and it was the same reaction. I show them the new ones, and they're like, I'm okay, actually.
I'm good.
Okay.
I smoked menthols.
I like menthols.
I still, when I smoked, I was
dude. I smelled someone smoking a fucking clove the other day. I was like, man, they shouldn't have made all that shit illegal, the menthols and shit.
Dude, your color on that story I know you don't do a lot of stories, but that's a great. Great fucking story,
maybe
man.
I do have some good stories about New York.
Yeah,
There's another guy.
It's about you learn about like judging a book by its cover about the cigarettes. You know what I mean?
I mean, also I think the punchline to that or whatever is just like, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep on the train, almost missed my stop, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, one time I was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And where was I?
Oh, shit,
Brooklyn, I don't know. But I kept going to this one bar. Like I was staying in this one neighborhood.
Yeah.
I went to a bar and I go, "Is this a cool bar to hang out at?" And they go, "Actually, no, you want to go to this other bar called Mama Tried." So I went to Mama Tried, and I went there like a couple nights in a row. So it's like kind of like not super familiar, but just drinks at a bar.
Yeah.
And then this guy comes in.
It's your lane. It's your lane.
And he's just like, he's so over the top. He's being really annoying. They're shooting dice like at the bar and stuff. And he was just kind of, but then we go outside, we're smoking. He's like, "Where are you from?" "LA, blah, blah." And he's got like just this thing, like, "I'm from Flatbush," whatever. Yeah. It's like, I work at the oldest union in the country.
Uh-huh.
He's like and I go, I'm a union man myself.
Yeah.
And I showed him my Writers Guild card, and he laughed so hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you're he's like, I'm a longshoreman."
Yeah, he's a longshoreman. He's a boatman. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, you mean you're a stevedore?" And he's like, "Oh, someone went to college, something like that." But he's like, "Come to my office." Took me to his office, the bathroom. And what did he say? He said, "We're doing it Polish style," and he like poured.
Oh yeah, poured a lot.
And then right before he goes like,
"Yeah,
I want you to remember Brooklyn this way." And I was like, "Yeah." And did the stuff. I was like, "Union strong." It was great.
Dude, are you telling that story?
No, yeah, that's great.
Start telling that story. That's fucking great, man.
That's funny.
That's great. That's hilarious.
Thank you.
No.
Next album. Heard it here first.
No, man. No, I love that shit, man. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, New York's crazy.
Yeah, New York. I've only been to New York, like, I was there for basically like 2 weeks. I was with Vanessa when I was in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was with Vanessa. Dog.
Nice.
I didn't know she was there. I don't think I knew she was there. I was going there. It was like 2021. It was during COVID, and I went to go see. I got some family up there, and then I was just like, I had one or two friends. I did 2 book shows while I was there, and I was just like, I'll see what I'm doing with mics or whatever. Yeah. And then I didn't realize Vanessa was there, and I was like, fuck it. She had a suite, and I crashed on her couch.
Nice.
It was great. Yeah,
nice.
I loved it. Beautiful. And then I was like, I had like the dirty, like the smallest hotel I've ever been in. It was like one of those community bathroom ones.
Yeah.
I might still do it again just because the price was so low.
Yeah.
It was like $90 a night.
Yeah. It's interesting. Those I used to do those a lot.
Yeah, it was called.
I forget what they're called or whatever, but
SROs.
I don't SROs. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it these days. I probably could if I was in a pinch, but
and a hotel for 1 night or 2 nights, maybe not a problem. I couldn't have lived like that, kind of thing. That was also like. I was seriously that hotel was just a place for me to set my bag.
Yeah.
And piss. That was
It
was it. It was and then if you're gonna watch TV or something or hang around. No, it was perfect for if you're gonna go do mics in New York for a week and run to as many booked shows and that kind of thing. It's just it was that I loved the energy in New York.
And when in New York?
I loved like the energy. I was energized when I was in New
York. It's
York.
Crazy. I always get so thrown by it every time. I'm like, oh yeah, everything's fast and angry here. I always forget.
Yeah. People talk like a hair faster.
Yeah.
I feel like. And I think it's just because people, I mean, not everybody, but I'm not speaking in absolutes, but I just feel like everybody's more aware of what's going on, more aware of their surroundings.
Yeah, you kind of have to be just because it's so like, it's fun. It is funny. Like I was just driving home the other day and I just was looking at people in cars and I'm like, damn, everyone's on their phone. And they're like, and I'm looking at all these people on their phones. So I'm like, no one's checked in and we're all driving these cars. When you're on this train, it's like, you can't help but be like, okay, there's a guy being crazy over there. Like someone's blasting their music over here. It's like,
I do enjoy taking the train. I live pretty close to a station, and I found myself doing that whenever, especially if we're going downtown. But
Oh, I used to live on the Red Line here twice, 2 different places, and I use it all the time. It was in a nice situation too, where it was like lived right near the train, and there was a lot of stuff going on comedy-wise downtown in a way that's just not happening anymore.
Downtown is gone.
Downtown's dead.
Downtown's gone for
downtown's
comedy.
Weird. Yeah. Like just in general, I feel like it's like kind of.
Well, so many people didn't return to work.
Yeah,
and then I think once they got to work from home, they were like, "Hey, why was I driving an hour and a half?
And why do I live there?" I think a lot of people, it's like,
well, I'm going to drive in from Santa Clarita to downtown or Torrance to downtown LA.
Yeah.
Whenever I've proven I can do it on my dining room table.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And so
that's so funny. I just remembered that.
That's your boy, right?
Leno commercial. When I used to work at NBC, and I remember when they were going to bring Leno back, and there's that.
Oh, that was the 10 o'clock.
The 10 o'clock show and he's like driving down the PCH. The convertible has the number 10 on it. Denim shirt.
Yeah.
And then there's like, hold on, I'm coming.
We're watching an old Jay Leno commercial right now. That was like it was on YouTube.
Sorry, I was like, I
2010
had like a weird
or something.
flashback. Yeah.
I was on the other side of that end. I was working at John Lovitz's club.
The one of the Universal.
Yeah, Universal,
with the whale jumping out of the thing in the back.
The Hawaiian.
So funny. So funny. I was like, where are we? What is going on?
And I was just like, I was just like, I had friends that worked at a store in the Improv, and I was just like, oh, I'm working at a comedy club too.
Yeah.
The one that looks like an island.
Yeah.
And it's 3 stories.
King Kong's above it, or whatever.
Yeah. The gorilla.
That's funny.
It was such a weird place because it's like the Comedy Store is painted like all black.
Yeah.
And then like what's this like the Laugh Factory, it has a look to it. It just works where it is. You know, or you couldn't imagine it not being there. Even though if you don't like it, Improv has that little marquee.
Yeah.
And then Ice House.
It has always been funny. The big 3 and then like the other ones.
Yeah.
Like Flappers, and it's just funny. It's just funny because it's like, what are you going to do?
It's always going to be the big 3. I mean, I don't know. I like other places, and they all need to exist, and they all need to have. But
no, that's good. Good people perform at all of them.
And Fridays and Saturdays, it's going to be like real comedians on the thing. And it's just and then sometimes they're going to have their producer, a good producer based show or something like that. But it
hard to come by.
It's so hard to
come by.
It's so hard to produce shit.
Yeah. No, it is. I'm bad at it.
I also feel I feel like I need to. I was working with Leanne Tooker. She's great, and she covered a lot of my mistakes. But it's almost like we were doing it once a month.
Yeah.
And it was just like a bad place to run a show.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any good place. Do you need to? Oh, are you up against it on time? If we can bounce
there. But let's.
Dude. So the album. Tell people where they can get it.
You can get it at AlanStricklandWilliams.com. You can look up Ran Through Alan Strickland Williams.
Yeah.
It's streaming on Spotify, Bandcamp. I think I get the most money from Bandcamp, or if you buy vinyl.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
that's about it,
dude. I love the concept. You as a vinyl guy, that works.
I do love vinyl.
Oh, I assumed you were. I assumed you did. I always. You do seem like a guy who had a vinyl collection already.
Yeah. I kind of got into it fairly recently, but
really?
Yeah.
No, that's fucking dope. Oh man, yeah. Guys, check out. They can find you on social media.
I'm totally Alan on Twitter. Alan Strickland Williams on Instagram.
You're one of the funniest people to still follow on Twitter.
Oh, thanks, man.
I know Twitter's changed so much.
Well, I think I'm definitely in Twitter jail because I said Elon's gay or something,
Well, it's
like
it's a weird place, but you're still one of the people. You're a truist to Twitter.
I've always used Twitter as
like a barometer for jokes a little bit.
Maybe that
writing
almost
tool.
more like a notepad.
Yeah.
Of just like getting it down and like trying to phrasing or whatever.
Yeah, cut a syllable off here or there, or rephrase. Oh, if I throw the adjective at the beginning, that kind of thing.
Get it.
Yeah, the economy of words. You've always been really strong with that, man. And I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I loved old Twitter.
Me too. It was fun. And every once in a while now you get it where it's like something so horrendous or weird happens that everyone's talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
It's more rare and rare, but when that does hit, you go, "This is why I stay. This is why I'm here."
I mean, I don't think we're ever going to see it was a Randy Ledecky and Pace. Pick up the pace salsa.
I remember the thing he did where like he had a
and was it
iPhone that looked like a cookie that looked like an iPhone that he would like. Cops would pull him over, or he pretended cops pull it over, and then he took a bite out of it, and then he pretended he got thrown in jail and stuff. We won't get like that.
There was I mean, I don't know if it was. I don't know. It was a moment in time when the internet was a lot more fun, especially social media. Was a lot more fun.
There was a lot less like.
There's a lot more playfulness.
Yeah. It was more playful.
Also, we were probably in a good group of people that were strong creators.
Well, it's just the algorithms hadn't shifted entirely towards like. Vitriol and like
polarizing opposites where other people are horrible people or demons and
it's like that on both sides, but
no, I completely agree. They're good people on both sides.
Exactly. That's a good final message. That's the one thing I want you to get out of my presence here and my album is that there are good people on both sides,
guys.
There's good jokes on both sides.
On both.
Good jokes on both sides. That's funny. I'm gonna use that.
We gotta get you a gig in Charlottesville.
Yeah, man.
Guys, check Alan out. Follow him. Check out the album.
Thanks for having me, Matt. Seriously.
It's good to see you, dude. It was good to catch up. We gotta do this some other time.
Support for Obnoxious Valid Points is not brought to you by Audible. Audible, are you too stupid to read a book? Have one read to you. You'll find no books or mentions of books at patreon.com/ovpoints.